Ladies and gentlemen, ACEC President and CEO, Linda Bauer-Dar.
Welcome to the 53rd Annual Engineering Excellence Awards Gala. This year marks a significant first for our awards program as we come together virtually to celebrate the year's greatest engineering achievements. I wish we were able to gather in person, but we still have the same great program in store for you. ACEC and its member firms are at the center of creating a more sustainable, safe, secure, and technically advanced built environment. Our industry designs the physical spaces that sustain our connection to one another, create economic opportunity, and move our nation forward. Engineers change lives for the better and should be recognized for it. So that's what today is all about, a celebration of engineering excellence. I'm excited to get started, but before we begin, I want to thank the people who had the hard job of reviewing each of the record 203 project submissions that we received. The Engineering Excellence Awards Committee, led by Andy Ciancia of Langen in New York City, and our judges panel led by Chief Judge John Yonan of the Cook County Department of Highways in Chicago, Illinois. This year's program would not be possible without the generous support of our sponsors, so please join me in thanking our diamond sponsors, AECOM, HDR, KLJ, TY Lin International, and WSP, and our emerald sponsors, the ACEC Retirement Trust, the ACEC Business Insurance Trust, AKF, Atkins, Gannett Fleming, GPI, Hardesty and Hanover, HNTB, Jarrows, Baum and Bowles, Parsons, Shalatia Associates, and Tetra Tech. Now it is my pleasure to introduce our board chair, Charlie Gajeski, who will begin our program with the National Recognition Awards. Charlie, take it away.
Thank you, Linda, and welcome everyone. Every year, ACEC receives hundreds of award submissions. Each one represents an exemplary achievement in its own right, and we congratulate all of our member firms that are pushing the boundaries of engineering design. The EEA committee reviewed each of the submissions with thoughtful consideration against strict criteria and agreed that 167 projects merited a National Recognition Award. The National Recognition Awards represent projects which were already top winners in their states, but did not receive one of the top 36 grand or honor awards in the national competition. Their achievements, however, still represent exemplary engineering excellence that we are pleased to recognize. We will celebrate our National Recognition Award recipients in 4 segments throughout our broadcast, starting with our first group right now.
AECOM, 41st Street Steel Arch Pedestrian Bridge, Chicago, Illinois. Nassau Expressway, Design, Build, Operational, and Resiliency, Nassau County, New York. AECOM Technical Services, I-25 Rio Bravo Interchange, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Smith Avenue Bridge Redecking Project, St. Paul, Minnesota.
AKF Group, Manuscripts and Archives Historical Restoration, New Haven, Connecticut.
Allen and Hoshall, Methodist University Hospital Shorb Tower Project, Memphis, Tennessee.
American Bridge and WSP, South 10th Street Bridge Main Cable Dehumidification, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
American Structure Point, Wastewater Treatment Plant, Phosphorus Removal and Aeration, Noblesville, Indiana. AMT, The Fields at RFK Campus, Washington, D.C.
Air Up, Cincinnati Union Terminal, Cincinnati, Ohio. Google Spruce Goose, Playa Vista, California. Northeastern University ISEC Pedestrian Bridge, Boston, Massachusetts. Starbucks Reserve, New York Roastery, New York, New York. The Reach at the Kennedy Center, Washington, D.C.
Attain and AECOM, Metro North Railroad Bridge over Atlantic Street, Stamford, Connecticut.
Atkins, North America. Renew Atlanta, Atlanta, Georgia. Barr Engineering Company. Badlands landslide repair along Highway 73, Watford City, North Dakota. BGE, an in-depth look into Cambria Cave, Austin, Texas. Braun Intertech, Northern Stacks Brownfield Redevelopment, Fridley, Minnesota.
Building and Earth Sciences, Project North Point Geotechnical Engineering, Houston, Texas.
Burgess and Nipel, Southwestern Parkway Combined Sewer Overflow Basin, Louisville, Kentucky.
Burns and McDonald, Chatola Creek Wastewater Resource Recovery Project, Haines, Kansas.
C.H. Fenstermaker and Associates, Sasol USA Mega Project, Heavy Haul Road, Westlake, Louisiana. US 90 I-49 South Design Build Project, Broussard, Louisiana.
Capital Transit Partners, Confederation Line Light Rail Transit Stage 1, Ottawa, Ontario, Canada.
Carollo Engineers, Clean Water Facility, Oak Harbor, Washington.
CDG Engineers and Associates, Rex Lumber Troy Sawmill, Troy, Alabama.
CDM Smith, MC Styles Wastewater Treatment Plant Effluent Disinfection, Memphis, Tennessee.
Century Engineering, Bellefonte Borough Authority Wastewater Treatment, Bellefonte, Pennsylvania.
CHA Consulting, Cass Adams CSO Relief Sewer, Evansville, Indiana. Lake Champlain PV-20 Submarine Cable Replacement, Plattsburgh, New York. Whittier Field Athletic Complex Renovation, Brunswick, Maine.
Coastal Engineering Consultants and Geoengineers, Kaloo Lake Headlands Whiskey Island Restoration, Terrebonne Parish, Louisiana.
Craig and Keith Line, Gilcrease Expressway Environmental Mitigation Project, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Dagan Kolb Engineers, Sutter Health CPMC Van Ness and Gary Campus, San Francisco, California.
D. Simone Consulting Engineers, 1000 Museum, New York, New York.
Deutschler Engineering Corporation, CSO Long-Term Control Plan, Oswego, Illinois.
Dewberry, Wyandanch and Pine Lawn Stations Track Systems Installation, Town of Babylon, New York. Raw Water Transmission Main, Leesburg, Virginia. Digital Engineering and Imaging, Bogue Falaya Shoreline Protection and Paddlers Launch, Covington, Louisiana.
Wow, that's an impressive group. I look forward to seeing the remaining projects later in the program. And to get our program started, it is my pleasure to introduce a familiar face to all of you, our MC for today's gala, Ross Shafer. Ross, take it away.
Thank you, Charlie. Good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor to be your host for the 2020 Engineering Excellence Award Gala. And while this is the 53rd consecutive year of the EEA Gala, it's the very first ever virtual gala, which means that I can't hear you laugh, and you can't hear me do those other things I used to do when we were live. But do me a favor, just pretend, and I'll pretend to be funny, and then we'll have a good time. Let me tell you this, though. What has not changed is that this is the most prestigious celebration of engineering excellence in the world. And this year's celebration will be exciting, it's going to be surprising, and like always, we always try to put in a little suspense about who will win. So, all right. The top accomplishments that we will honor today provide innovative solutions to society's most pressing quality of life challenges. And the honorees that we're going to recognize have made our lives safer, healthier, easier, and a lot more fun. And look what we had to choose from. There are a record 203 entrants in this year's competition, and all demonstrating the highest levels of ingenuity and resourcefulness. Now, of those entries, a judging panel of more than 30 built environment experts selected 36 top winners, 20 honor awards, and 16 grand awards. And from the 16 Grand Award winners, one has been chosen to receive the 2020 Grand Conceptor Award, signifying the year's most outstanding engineering achievement. All right, here's the part I find really hard to fathom. As difficult as this may sound regarding these esteemed 2020 Grand Conceptor Awards, the winner has been kept secret since back in February. Now think of that. My friend Alan Crockett and the ACEC team have put the winner on ice for 10 months. So all year, anybody associated has been getting hints, having any texts. Hey, what do you think? Is there any way we might know if we should bring the whole team in? No. Otherwise, you wouldn't sit in front of your flat screen for this. So you'll find out soon enough. And today, on this virtual broadcast, that secret will finally be revealed. All right, let's recognize some of this year's top 36 award winners. The first category will be Building and Technology Systems. And for each category, we're going to recognize honor awards first, then the grand award winners in that category. All right, let's get started. Dynamic engineering is on full display at the new headquarters for one of the world's leading engineering firms. The 10-story, 240,000 square foot structure features this crazy, imaginative facade where its form is sliced at the corners to maximize space on upper floors. The building also contains a highly integrated system of temperature and lighting controls to reduce energy consumption, along with an underground chamber that captures and treats stormwater runoff before it spills into Omaha's collection system. So, ACEC proudly presents an honor award in the Building and Technology Systems category to HDR of Omaha, Nebraska for the HDR headquarters multi-use office building, also in Omaha, and designed for Noddle companies.
What we were able to achieve with this building illustrates the importance of engaging all parties early in the design process. Working closely with Noddle companies, our developer partner on this building, we maximize the opportunities to implement innovative green building strategies and design a new global headquarters that promotes the health and well-being of our staff. Thank you for the recognition.
Next up, groundbreaking mechanical system design on the outside of this unique 900-seat theater in the round venue. A first-of-its-kind displacement ventilation system provides superior indoor comfort. See, they put large air handlers, which are enclosed in heavy concrete and located on the roof, serves to enhance a noise-free environment on the inside of the theater. ACEC is proud to present an honor award in the Building Technology Systems category to VBFA of Murray, Utah, for the Hale Center Theater in Sandy, Utah, conducted for the Hale Center Theater.
I'd like to thank ACEC and the committee and the judges for the honor of accepting this award. I'd also like to thank Hale Center Theater and Beecher Walker for the opportunity to work on this project for the importance it had for the community.
We now honor the Building and Technology Systems Grand Awards. A Grand Award winner from each category will go into the running for the most outstanding project of the year. Mechanical and electrical design in this first project is truly pioneering and is helping Millersville University move closer to its goal of being a total carbon neutral campus by 2040. This is already a sustainable net zero facility, but it now has a 172.6 kilowatt photovoltaic roof array, a 20-panel ground-mounted array that can track the sun all throughout the day, and a 20-well underground geothermal system. The building currently generates 210% of its annual power needs, with the extra power shared by other campus facilities. So, with pleasure, ACEC presents a Grand Award in the category of Building and Technology Systems to AKF Group of Philadelphia for the Millersville University Net Zero Welcome Center, conducted for Millersville University.
I just wanted to say thank you so much to ACEC for recognizing this amazing project. Special thanks to Millersville University for their commitment and dedication to this project, especially Chris Stewart and Steve Strock. I'd also love to thank the architecture team at Spillman Farmer Architects and our team at AKF for their dedication, not only during construction, but through tracking the success of this project throughout. Thank you so much, everyone.
The new U.S. Embassy in Pristina, Kosovo is a water-saving marvel. The embassy surrounds a large multi-purpose water feature that collects stormwater and effluent from an on-site wastewater treatment plant and supplies irrigation for landscaping as well as gray water for flushing toilets. The water system also serves as a large heat sink for the central plant's ground source. It's got a heat pump system by allowing the building's HVAC system to extract heat in cold months and reject waste heat in warmer weather. So, ACEC is proud to present a grand award in the Building and Technology Systems category to Mason and Hanger of Glen Ellen, Virginia, for the new U.S. Embassy in Pristina, Kosovo, achieved for the U.S. Department of State.
Mason and Hanger is honored and humbled to be recognized by ACEC for the new U.S. Embassy in Pristina, Kosovo. I want to thank the judges for this recognition. We are privileged to be part of this journey with our partners, the Department of State Overseas Building Operations, who permitted us to take chances with technology and fulfill our mission of building a more secure world. Thank you.
We now honor this year's winners in the Structural Systems category. Specialized equipment was used to lift a 2,165-foot, 20 million pound eastbound bridge, which was nicknamed the St. Louis Big Slide. And get this, they moved the bridge 9 feet south along its support pier, setting a record for the heaviest overall bridge relocation in the United States. The move was completed as part of a major interchange overhaul, and the project solved a host of design and maintenance challenges while improving safety and vehicle capacity. The project was so successful, the city now wants to move a railroad bridge they nicknamed the St. Louis Line Dance. This is where I'm pausing and you pretend to be amused? Yeah, just play along. All right, ACEC presents an honor award in the Structural Systems category to HDR in St. Louis for the Poplar Bridge Widening Rehabilitation Project in St. Louis, Missouri, designed for the Missouri Department of Transportation.
Wanted to thank the Missouri Department of Transportation for their support throughout this project and allowing us to do this project for them. Also wanted to thank the Illinois Department of Transportation for their support throughout the project as well. Thank you.
A new 2.8-mile bridge spans one of the most dangerous channels on the Atlantic coast, replacing a 1960s-era bridge which required near-continuous repair. The new structure provides safer access for thousands of visitors to the famous beaches of the Outer Banks. Now, the project team created simulations of more than 100,000 storms dating back 160 years to develop a foundation and structural support system that is capable of withstanding the Oregon Inlet's powerful and unpredictable currents for the next century. So an honor award in the Structural Systems category goes to HDR of Raleigh, North Carolina for the Mark Bass Knight Bridge in Dare County, North Carolina, designed for the North Carolina Department of Transportation and PCL Civilian Constructors.
This award is shared by the hundreds of planning, design, and construction professionals who worked tirelessly for nearly 30 years to make the Mark Bass Knight Bridge a reality. Thank you, ACEC.
Look, I don't have to tell you, this entire industry is dependent upon foundations. And of all the world-beating projects we've seen over the years, the foundation construction rarely changes, until now. This project introduces an out-of-the-box foundation design that supports a new 17-acre campus featuring new mid-rise academic and research buildings. The site required interconnected below-grade space and deep excavation below the groundwater table. They wanted multiple basement levels, a central energy plant, and bridge structures to support the local streets. A very rare top-down construction approach allowed structures to rise while there was ongoing excavation below. Nobody knows exactly how this works, but somehow the engineers ignored gravity. ACEC bestows a well-deserved honor award in the Structural Systems category to Mooser Rutledge of New York for Columbia University's Manhattanville campus, also in New York, conducted for Columbia University.
MRCE would like to thank ACEC for the prestigious honor award and to Columbia University for undertaking this visionary project. Thanks to the design team, construction managers, and contractors for delivering this complex project on time and under budget while preserving the adjacent historic structures.
This next award is where engineering gets especially inventive. The firm produced an elegant performance center where concert, recital, and rehearsal halls are actually 3 separate buildings within one large overall structure. Each hall features state-of-the-art acoustics and sound isolation, not only from nearby traffic or lobby noise, but from music that's literally emanating from the adjacent halls. How did they do that? Well, interior walls are lined with an acoustical coffer system for sound diffusion. And if you've got any of this left over, I'd like to buy some for my daughter's room. ACEC bestows an honor award in the Structural Systems category to R.A. Smith of Madison, Wisconsin, for the University of Wisconsin's Madison Hamel Music Center in Madison, Wisconsin, achieved for Strang, Inc.
R.A. Smith is extremely honored and humbled to accept this Engineering Excellence Award for the Hamel Music Center. On behalf of the entire project team, we thank you.
Constructed above the new No. 7 subway extension line and a recently built Amtrak tunnel, this gorgeous 918-foot-tall condo skyscraper, which the engineers described as super slender, not sure that was politically correct, complimenting an inanimate object like that, but we're going to go with it, and we just hope that none of the chubby structure police will come down on us. But to sculpt the building's unique curved massing, the project team used systems of surreptitious stepping and sloping columns with structural transfers dispersed throughout the height of the tower. Now, for those of you at home who don't know what surreptitious means in this context, I'll just simplify it for you. Look it up. An honor award in the Structural Systems category is presented to WSP USA of New York for 15 Hudson Yards, also in New York, and conducted for related companies.
I'm delighted to be here to accept this award on behalf of WSP and my team, my colleagues who are with me here today. And it's really amazing to get this kind of recognition from ACEC. And a huge thanks to our clients related who pursued this incredibly bold project.
Okay, time to recognize our 2020 Grand Award winners in the Structural Systems category. This next project is believed to be the first of its kind in North America and only the 7th such design bridge in the world. The Manning Crevice Bridge is a rare single-tower asymmetrical roadway suspension bridge featuring a single tower, which included steep topography, equipment restrictions, and dangerous river flows. Well, ACEC is thrilled to present a grand award in the Structural Systems category to Atkins, North America of Tampa, Florida, for the Manning Crevice Bridge in Riggins, Idaho, achieved for Idaho County.
On behalf of Atkins, SNC Lavalin, FHWA Western Federal Lands, Idaho DOT, and Idaho County, we want to thank ACEC for recognizing the Manning Crevice Bridge project. This project was truly a team effort. We're immensely proud to have delivered this innovative and iconic bridge. Thank you.
Okay, this is a cool one. A 1920s era bridge required a complete reconfiguration. This meant raising the structure's fortification wall by about 7 feet in conjunction with its approaches, as well as preserving the adjacent Vista Point overlook. They used mechanical seismic isolation bearings to isolate the deck structure from the supporting bents and pier walls and anchored to the dam crest. The new route across this reservoir provides trail users with a beautiful view of the water as well as views of the woodlands in the 23,000-acre watershed. A well-deserved grand award in the Structural Systems category is presented to the team of AECOM and WSP USA for the Lower Crystal Springs Dam Bridge replacement in San Mateo County, California. Designed for San Mateo County Department of Public Works.
The WSP Design and the AECOM Construction Management team want to thank ACEC for the honor of this award. We'd also like to congratulate the Public Works Department of San Mateo County, especially Gil Torrell and Carter Choi, for this new state-of-the-art bridge over the Crystal Springs Reservoir. Thank you.
This next project totally rejected the idea of creating a traditional corporate campus. Instead, engineers created a structural design to help produce the neighborhood which is a breathtaking 3-block urban development. It features 3 38-story office towers and a 9-story structure called the Spheres. These are 3 intersecting glass and steel sphere conservatories whose goal is to inspire creativity and collaboration in the workforce. The Spheres include treehouse meeting rooms, waterfalls, a 4-story living wall, and more than 40,000 exotic plants from 30 countries. It's a good one. A grand award in the structural systems category is presented to Magnuson Clemensic Associates in Seattle, Washington for the Amazon Urban Neighborhood, Seattle, Washington, achieved for NBBJ Amazon. Congratulations to my pals in my hometown of Seattle.
Hi, everyone. On behalf of Magnuson Clemensic Associates and our Amazon Urban Neighborhood team, we'd like to express our congratulations to all the incredible award entries being honored here today, and to express our sincere thank you to ACEC for this recognition. Thank you, and we look forward to meeting you in person again next year.
Serving as a major gateway into the city of Montreal, this new 2.1-mile Samuel D. Champlain Bridge spans the St. Lawrence River between Ile-des-Sœurs and Montreal's South Shore. The landmark asymmetric cable-stayed structure features a single 558-foot tall concrete tower and stay cables in an aesthetically pleasing harp arrangement. And just in case you were wondering, if you're a fan of the tuba design, didn't get past committee. Today, the new Champlain Bridge Corridor project is one of North America's largest infrastructure initiatives. ACEC presents a grand award in the structural systems category to T.Y. Lin International for the Samuel D. Champlain Bridge, Montreal, Quebec, Canada, achieved for signature on the St. Lawrence Construction, GP, and Infrastructure Canada.
T.Y. Lin International would like to thank the owner, Government of Canada, and our design-build contractor signature of St. Lawrence Constructors. We'd also like to thank our design joint venture partners, IBT and SNC-Lavalin, and our specialty sub-consultants. This is a mega project that would not have happened without the hard work and dedication of many individuals. This award belongs to everyone who worked on this project. Thanks again, and it's a true honor.
Take a look at this spectacular 115-foot tall performance and exhibition facility that can move or retract to accommodate a wide range of patrons, artists, scales, and the engineer said complexities, but I'm kind of curious, what are complexities? What complexities are you talking about? What are these monster truck rallies? Are they pitbull hip-hop concerts? Anyone, please, I'll wait. Nobody? All right, well, when an event calls for more space, the outer shell, made of a flexible semi-translucent lightweight material, can be deployed to cover a 17,000 square foot area. The door and wall elements are fully operable and allow for an open-air pavilion or a fully enclosed climate control hall. And this is interesting. If you want to roll out all 114 feet, this shed can hit a top speed of 2 miles per hour and be fully deployed in just 5 minutes. Yes. ACEC bestows a grand award in the structural systems category to Thornton, Tomasetti in New York for the shed, also in New York, achieved for the Shed Board of Trustees, and Diller, Sculfidio, and Renfro.
We would like to thank ACEC for this highly prestigious award on this truly collaborative project. On behalf of Diller, Sculfidio, Renfro, and the Rockwell Group, and the entire team here at Thornton Tomasetti, we'd just like to say thank you.
All right, those are the top winners in the building and technology systems and structural systems. Let's check in again with our 2020 National Recognition Award winners.
DLZ, Kentucky. Kennedy Mill Bridge, Kentucky, 152. Harrington Lake, Bergen, Kentucky.
EA Partners, Innovation and Safety, Auburn, Kentucky.
Engineering Resources, Riverfront, Fort Wayne, Promenade Park, Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Environmental Design Group, Aqueduct Street Green Improvements, Akron, Ohio.
EXP U.S. Services, CTA, 95th Street Station Expansion and Renovation, Chicago, Illinois. UTC Center for Intelligent Buildings, West Palm Beach, Florida.
Fort Entablato, Sunshine Bridge Emergency Repair, Donaldsonville, Louisiana.
Fox Engineering Associates, Ames Water Treatment Plant, Ames, Iowa.
Gannett Fleming, I-95, sections D10 and D20, Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Pump Station 6, Chester, Pennsylvania. Enhanced Station Initiative, Long Island, New York. Buckeye Lake Dam Improvement Project, Fairfield, Licking, and Perry Counties, Ohio. Pikes Creek Dam Rehabilitation, Ceasetown, Luzerne County, Pennsylvania.
Garver, Water Treatment Plant Improvements, Del City, Oklahoma. Greenman Patterson, Maryland 355 over the Monocacy River Emergency Repairs, Frederick, Maryland.
H.W. Lochner, I-84 Route 2 Bridge, Bundle Design Built, East Hartford, Connecticut.
H2M Architects and Engineers, replacement of Birch Street Elevated Storage Tank, West Hempstead, New York.
H2O Terra, secondary membrane treatment of RO concentrate, El Paso, Texas.
Hardesty and Hanover, rehabilitation of the Main Street Bridge, Jacksonville, Florida.
Hatch, Port Master Plan 2050, New York, New York.
Hayworth Meyer Bolin, Professional Engineers, Kentucky 30 Reconstruction, Owsley County, Kentucky.
HDR, 2019 Flood Response and Recovery Effort, Mills, Pottawatomie, Fremont, and Harrison Counties, Iowa. Austin in Motion Corridor Mobility Study, Austin, Texas. Batasso Water Treatment Facility, Boulder, Colorado. Sea Line Bus Rapid Transit, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Carolina Crossroad Corridor Improvement, EIS, Columbia, South Carolina. Clear Well Reservoir, Tucson, Arizona. Cloverdale Road and I-84 Overpass Rebuild, Boise, Idaho. Earthquake-ready Burnside Bridge Feasibility Study, Multnomah County, Oregon. Navy Grumman Plume Study, Town of Oyster Bay, New York. Northeast 45th Street East Approach Seismic Retrofit, Seattle, Washington. Papillon Creek Water Resource Recovery Facility, Emergency Flood Services, Omaha, Nebraska. San Elijo Double Track, Encinitas, California.
HDR R&M Consultants, Water Street Trestle Number 2, Ketchikan, Alaska.
HDR, OTAC, and KPFF Fish Passageway Program, Thurston County, Washington.
HNTB, Guidance for ACES Impacts, Tallahassee, Florida. Bar Harbor Route 3 Highway Rehabilitation, Bar Harbor, Maine. Traffic Permitting and Lane Closure System, Woodbury, New Jersey. Transform I-66 inside the Beltway, counties of Fairfax and Arlington, City of Falls Church, Virginia.
HNTB, North Carolina. Elevated roadway and terminal curb front, Charlotte, North Carolina.
All right, we're back. Let's keep going with more of our top award winners, this time from the environmental category. The new state-of-the-art solid waste facility features innovative processing. And first, I just have to say, nobody celebrates solid waste as well as ACEC, do they? I mean, others try, but they always drop to number 2. All right, as I was saying, this facility efficiently containerizes municipal solid waste for transfer to landfills via barges. This 85,000 square foot facility maximizes efficiency and safety because it has a top floor tipping level for truck unloading. It has a loading level for compressing solid waste through open floor slots. Folks, this is not a pretty thing to watch, but The new facility reduces truck traffic and enhances environmental safety. So let's go with that. A well-deserved honor award in the environmental category goes to Greeley and Hansen for the Southwest Brooklyn Marine Transfer Station in Brooklyn, New York, conductor for the New York City Department of Transportation.
Greeley and Hansen is honored to receive this award from ACEC and wants to thank our partners and our teammates for this successful collaboration for this unique, one-of-a-kind project.
We now recognize the Grand Award in the environmental category. More than a century of logging, mining, and acid production left this 4,000-acre copper basin contaminated. It was full of hazardous concentrated metals that included copper, iron, zinc-forming sulfur compounds. It took almost 20 years, but this massive effort included disposal of mining waste, design of clean water diversions, and the reestablishment of healthy communities of, get this, aquatic insects. In 22 years of doing this program, I have never seen us celebrate skeeters before, but they are now. They've reconstituted them. People in Tennessee know they love mosquitoes enough to reestablish them in healthy communities. Maybe it's just me. All right, so this barren site used to be the home of orange-colored rivers and almost no fish and aquatic species. But now it's green and lush and a popular spot for swimming. Swimming. You first. ACEC presents a Grand Award in the environmental category to Barge Design Solutions of Chattanooga, Tennessee for the Copper Hill Watershed Restoration achieved for Glen Springs Holdings.
I am honored to accept this award on behalf of our design team at Barge Design Solutions. Since the beginning, this project has been an awesome collaborative effort between us and our owner at Glen Springs Holdings, our regulatory community at Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation, and Region 4 EPA. Congratulations to everyone who helped bring this project to life.
Next, we honor excellence in our waste and stormwater category. This next project was pretty complex. The goal was to provide a long-term, reliable, potable water supply. And so the project team developed a 5-pronged solution that includes dual pumping, focused treatment, irrigation reuse and management, blending and storage, and aquifer storage and recovery. The plan addresses increasing levels of nitrate and uranium contamination, as well as options for treatment and disposal. And this approach substantially reduces operation costs while at the same time provides long-term protection for the aquifer. A well-deserved honor award in the waste and stormwater category goes to HDR of Bellevue, Washington for the Aquifer Storage and Recovery Program services in Hastings, Nebraska, achieved for Hastings Utilities.
Yeah, we very much appreciate receiving this award, and I know that with the help of HCNR, we wouldn't be able to get this project done over the last 25 years of work, so thank you again.
Next up, it's December, and we're off to Honolulu. 2 major treatment facilities were connected by a new 3-mile-long, 10-foot diameter fiberglass line sewer tunnel, making it the state's longest conveyance pipeline. In addition to moving wastewater by gravity, the pipeline can store up to 9 million gallons of wastewater during wet weather events, or as some people like to call it, rain. This kind of storage prevents accidental discharges of untreated sewage into the environment, thank God. An honor award in the waste and stormwater category is presented to the Wilson Okamoto Corporation in Honolulu, Hawaii for the Kaneohe Kailua Wastewater Facilities Project, and conducted for the City and County of Honolulu.
I'd like to thank the design team for a very successful project. When Mayor Caldwell was asked of some of the things that he's most proud of in his 8 years of administration, the Kailua Kaneohe Tunnel was top of the list. With much aloha, City and County of Honolulu.
In Norfolk, Virginia, a $161 million upgrade to this wastewater treatment facility redoubles efforts to restore health to Chesapeake Bay. A very unique bioreactor was integrated with the plant's existing nutrient removal processes to help meet increasingly stringent discharge mandates, all the while increasing peak flow capacity by 50%. Think of the scale here. 10 buildings, more than 90 miles of foundation piles, and a 108-inch diameter pipeline were installed to support structures and utilities over a closed landfill. A grant award in the waste and stormwater category is presented to HDR for the Virginia Initiative Plant Nutrient Reduction in Norfolk, Virginia, achieved for HRSD.
The VEP NRI design was well conceived and exceeds our expectations for flow management and nutrient removal. It was a long and complex project. Its success depended on collaboration by all. Thank you.
All right, how are you all doing so far? Well, I hope. Hope you're still overpouring your home cocktails, enjoying your Costco hors d'oeuvres. Those of us in the studio are very jealous of you right now. But we're going to go on. We're going to our next winners, where we highlight the water resources category. Question: how do you get migratory fish to overcome a 30-foot high dam and reach an upstream watershed? Who knows how to do this? I mean, it's plenty of engineers' sleepless nights, right? Well, to do it, you need a very creative passage system. And this project was challenged by its remote, high mountain location, where the project team's design solution included 59 precast concrete vortex weirs that were placed along 400 feet of the dam spillway. Each 27,000-pound weir allowed fish to ascend the steep grade from the natural channel below to the reservoir above, then onto the high mountain waters. The next summer, the engineers knew it was a success when steelhead nests appeared above the dam for the first time in 100 years. Folks, this is amazing. These engineers trained steelhead trout to climb mountains. ACEC presents an honor award in the Water Resources category to Anderson, Perry & Associates of LeGrand, Oregon, for the Beaver Creek Fish Passage in LeGrand, achieved for the city of LeGrand.
We'd like to thank ACEC for this honor award and the recognition that it is. We'd also like to thank the U.S. Forest Service, our project partner, and other state and federal agencies who really made this project possible. Thank you.
Now we're going to Leesburg, Virginia, where a major water district needed to meet new water treatment requirements. They had to comply with potential future regulations and mitigate emerging contaminant risks. The expansion and upgrade of this facility's treatment capacity to 40 million gallons per day incorporated two-step ozone two-stage mixing, flocculation, sedimentation, biological filtration, chlorine disinfection, and ultraviolet inactivation systems. And for you non-engineers, don't think you can just pick that stuff up at IKEA. A new solar voltaic systems generates about 40,000 kilowatts of clean, renewable energy every single year. ACEC proudly presents a grant award in the Water Resources category to CDM Smith of Fairfax, Virginia, for the Trap Rock Water Treatment Facility expansion in Leesburg, Virginia, conducted for Loudon Water. You guys rocked it.
On behalf of CDM Smith, thank you, ACEC, for this prestigious award. Special thank goes out to Loudon Water for making this truly a collaborative partnership and a once-in-a-lifetime project experience for our team.
All right, before we continue with our remaining top winners, let's check in with our next group of National Recognition Award winners.
Hewitt-Zellers Water Quality Laboratory, Houston, Texas.
Infrastructure Engineering Corporation, UPass Street Pipeline Replacement Project, San Diego, California.
Jacobs Green Stormwater Infrastructure, Syracuse, New York.
Jacobs Engineering, Encore Boston Harbor Resort, Everett, Massachusetts.
Jacobs Engineering Group, I-95, I-93 Transportation Improvements Project, Needham, Wellesley, Massachusetts.
Jaros, Baum, and Bowles, Ford Foundation Center for Social Justice, New York, New York. The Shed, New York, New York.
KCI Technologies, Catch It Early GIS Web Application, statewide, Pennsylvania.
Kimley Horn, Hermitage Flats, Nashville, Tennessee. Interstate 81 Corridor Improvement Plan, statewide, Virginia. Super Bowl 53 Transportation Planning Playbook, Atlanta, Georgia. I-5 Genesee Avenue Interchange Project, San Diego, California. North Fremont Street Transit Bike Pedestrian Improvements, Monterey, California.
Treating widespread emerging PFAS contaminants, Stuart, Florida. KLJ, Glacier Rail Park, Kalispell, Montana. Pembina Emerson, Port of Entry, Pembina, North Dakota. Trunk Highway 149 Transportation Improvements, St. Paul, West St. Paul, and Mendota Heights, Minnesota. U.S. Highway 85 Environmental Impact Statement, North Dakota.
KS Engineers. Design build the Buckram Road Bridge Replacement, Locust Valley, New York.
L.I. Smith & Associates, BNA Terminal Planning, Nashville, Tennessee.
Langen. TWA Flight Center Hotel, Jamaica, New York.
Lockwood, Andrews, and Newman, Exploration Green Detention Facility, Phase 1, Houston, Texas.
Loring Consulting Engineers. Energy Efficiency Technical Services for City-Owned Buildings, New York, New York.
McCormick Taylor, Piney Grove to Wattsville 69 kV transmission line. Wicomico County, Maryland to Accomack County, Virginia.
McMillan Jacobs Associates. Stibnite Gold Project Fish Passage Tunnel, Stibnite, Idaho.
American Company, South Platte River Run Park, Sheridan, Colorado.
Michael Baker International. Cortlandt Street Bridge Replacement, Atlanta, Georgia. Navy Gateway Inns and Suites, Newport, Rhode Island. Route 280 21 Interchange Improvements, Newark, New Jersey. Winona Bridge Rehabilitation and Reconstruction, Winona, Minnesota.
Majeski and Masters, Portageville Bridge Replacement, Portageville, New York.
MS Consultants. Southern Ohio Veterans Memorial Highway, Portsmouth, Ohio.
Muller Engineering Company, Colorado Horizontal Collector Well, Henderson, Colorado.
Meach Engineering. Children's Wharf, Martins Park, Boston, Massachusetts.
Olson, Joplin Disaster Recovery Infrastructure Projects, Joplin, Missouri.
Park Hill, Smith and Cooper. Water Canal Tunnel, El Paso, Texas. Parsons Transportation Group. Reconstruction of Monroe Street Bridge Northeast over CSX, Washington, D.C. Parsons Trans Systems Joint Venture. Tex Rail Commuter Rail Project, Fort Worth, Texas. Pedco E&A Services. Carl H. Lindner College of Business, Cincinnati, Ohio. Pond. Samsung Electronics Complex 3 Expansion, Newberry, South Carolina.
We're moving closer and closer to announcing the most outstanding engineering achievement of the year. Our next category, studies, research, and consulting services. This project team helped lead in the development of a $1.45 billion project aimed at improving New York City's ability to withstand and recover from a major storm. The project addresses a 2.4-mile stretch along Manhattan's east side. This plan identifies at-risk critical structures such as major pump and electrical stations and more than 1,500 buildings. Also, a huge part of this project was an integrated flood protection system featuring flood walls and floodgates. So an honor award in the Studies, Research, and Consulting Services category is presented to Hazen and Sawyer at AKRF of New York for the East Coastal Resiliency Project Environmental Impact Statement in New York, performed for the New York City Department of Design and Construction.
Thank you so very much for this honor. On behalf of the entire team here, we really appreciate it. It's great to be acknowledged for this innovative and important work that we've been working so hard on for the past 5 years or so. So again, from all of us, thank you so much.
The Big Sioux River communities have often been crippled by major flooding in eastern South Dakota, but not anymore. A new state-of-the-art flood information system now helps weather emergency decision makers to better plan the fastest and best flood mitigation responses. They did it by developing a new one-stop web platform for real-time stream conditions, flood forecasts, visualizations, and inundation maps. Detailed computer models can simulate weather and watershed conditions across the entire basin from 2 to 500-year events. It can also track which native casinos have the loosest slots, and I can say that because I'm Blackfoot Indian and I consult casinos. So give me that app. An honor award in the Studies, Research, and Consulting Services category goes to RESPEC of Rapid City, South Dakota for the Big Sioux River Flood Information Systems in eastern South Dakota, conducted for the South Dakota Department of Environment and Natural Resources.
This project has produced an essential tool for predicting and responding to flood events in the Big Sioux River Basin. We are very pleased with the work that RESPEC has done to create accurate models and a robust user interface for this complex hydrologic area. Thank you.
All right, let's now recognize the year's best engineering achievements from the transportation category. This next project is an example of where accelerated bridge construction methods helped create a major new Northwest 50th Street crossing and nearby BNSF rail bridge, while at the same time minimizing disruption to commuter rail traffic. Installation of the highway bridge was completed over a single 3-day weekend. The rail bridge took less than a day. The only way to get faster service is to have this thing shipped from Amazon. The ultra-fast construction process vastly improves safety for motorists and commercial vehicles who no longer have to contend with months of lane closures. ACEC proudly presents an honor award in the transportation category to Benham Design in Tulsa, Oklahoma for the I-235 Broadway widening and 50th Street and BNSF Railroad in Oklahoma City, conducted for Oklahoma Department of Transportation.
Thank you to ACEC for this award. We'd also like to thank all of our design and construction partners, as well as the Oklahoma Department of Transportation. As a team, we are all proud of the positive impact this project has had on our community.
New Britain, Connecticut has a city motto: industry fills the hive and enjoys the honey. Don't judge. They needed a new bridge to get to the hive, and they got it here. The new Beehive Bridge, I'm so serious about this, features curved panels in shades of translucent orange to resemble a giant honeycomb and replicates a bumblebee's flight. Sunlight through bridge panels produce changing light patterns on the streetscape during the day, but at night, glowing LED lights scare the hell out of visitors who mistake the bridge for murder hornets. Just checking to see if you're still with us. A well-deserved honor award in the transportation category goes to Fuss and O'Neill of Manchester, Connecticut for the Beehive Bridge, New Britain, Connecticut, achieved for the city of New Britain.
On behalf of the city of New Britain and the many people who invested their time and talent on this signature project, we're so honored to accept this award. Thank you so much for honoring a design project that epitomizes collaboration and community spirit.
Every day, almost 100,000 motorists face numerous hazards on this stretch of roadway. Accident rates were outrageous. But now, those dangers have been diminished by replacing an existing steel structure over East 127th Street in Manhattan. There are now 2 new parallel pre-stressed concrete girder viaducts, adding a left-lane exit for southbound traffic and flattening the bridge's vertical curve improves sight distances for stopping. The extra lane also adds a high degree of safety while merging. Well done, you guys. ACEC presents an honor award in the transportation category to Hardesty and Hanover in New York for the reconstruction of Harlem River Drive over 127th Street in Manhattan, achieved for the New York City Department of Transportation.
Congratulations to New York City DOT, Hardesty and Hanover staff, and our project partners. We are more than honored to accept this award on behalf of the team. Thank you.
This new string bridge replaces a badly outdated 1928-era single-track bridge. The new swing span is metallized to combat high storm surges of brackish. Now, I wasn't really sure what brackish meant, so I'm going to stop for just a minute here. When engineers submit these entries, we ask them to describe what they're fixing and how they're fixing it. Brackish, I think, is an engineer's word, so I had to look it up. It has two meanings: a salty combination of seawater and river water. But according to Merriam-Webster, brackish also means ugly and distasteful. And that concludes our remote learning portion of this show. This is what your kids are going through every single day. This new bridge is hydraulically driven with enclosed motors and features a center pivot service tower to keep most equipment elevated above any flood levels. Replacing a bridge is always disruptive because a city doesn't want to interrupt commuters and commerce traffic. So when it came to replace this new bridge for the old one, they shut off the power for only 15 hours to keep rail operations on schedule. Think of this timing. An honor award in the transportation category is presented to HDR of Newark, New Jersey for the Bayou Sarah Swing Bridge in Mobile County, Alabama, conducted for CSX.
Thanks to ACEC, CSX prioritized resiliency, remote monitoring and control, and minimized track closures. HDR leveraged the latest technologies and in collaboration with CSX and the contractor Brassfield and Guri to achieve these goals on schedule and on budget. Thank you.
All right, I've got a question for you. How do you help long-haul truck drivers find a safe place to park their semis? You need a multi-state regional truck parking information management system. That's how. But one didn't exist, so one had to be built. The elaborate system uses detection technology to identify available spots at state-operated rest stops and parking facilities. Real-time information is then relayed to truck drivers via roadside message systems, in-cab, and via mobile apps. Or you could keep your eyes peeled for those giant roadway signs that say, "Rest Stop." That's what we do. This new system has already deployed at 18 truck parking sites along I-70 from Topeka to the Colorado state line. Look for the signs. ACEC bestows an honor award in the transportation category to HNTB of Kansas City, Missouri for the Masto Truck Parking Information Management System, statewide, Kansas, conducted for the Kansas Department of Transportation.
On behalf of the Kansas Department of Transportation, I would like to thank the Engineering Excellence Awards Committee for this honor. I would also like to thank Masto States and HNTB for the tremendous partnership that was formed to make this project a success.
Now to our Grand Award winners in transportation, who will join the group of projects in hot pursuit of the Grand Conceptor Award. Hey, I got an idea. Let's talk about choke points for rail traffic along the eastern seaboard and how to eliminate them. The 100-year-old Virginia Avenue Tunnel was a single-track tunnel that could only accommodate one single stacked train at a time. A choke point, which caused major rail backups. So a state-of-the-art two-tunnel replacement was built to accommodate double-stack intermodal trains. Cross streets spanning the 11 city blocks above the tunnel construction were rebuilt to include shared-use paths and dedicated bike lanes. This is cool. A well-deserved Grand Award in the transportation category goes to the joint venture of Clark Parsons in Washington, D.C. for the Virginia Avenue Tunnel reconstruction, also in Washington, achieved for CSX Transportation.
On behalf of the entire Virginia Avenue Tunnel project team, I would like to thank ACEC for this recognition. This was a very challenging, complex project, but full credit goes to CSX for creating a collaborative environment that allowed the entire project team to be successful.
You know, this next award is personal for me. As a college student in Washington, I've been over Snoqualmie Pass in that state hundreds of times, and it could be pretty scary when you're driving your dad's car without chains. Anyway, the terror has been mitigated. Twin 1,200-foot-long avalanche bridges incorporate new standards for Cascade Mountain snow designs. Now, this is a hazardous stretch of Interstate 90. The new bridges provide a freeway that's safe from rockfall and avalanches. And I've had rocks fall on the hood of my dad's Chevy Caprice. It's not like little hail damage. This stops you in your tracks. Well, this design helped minimize road closures and increases vehicle capacity when you're traveling on one of the most scenic mountain ranges in the United States. The new side-by-side and elevated avalanche bridges are designed to withstand a 100-year snowslide event. And I'm just curious, when does that 100 years start? Because if so, I'd like to give it a try now. ACEC presents a grand award in the transportation category to Jacobs Engineering Group of Bellevue, Washington, for the I-90 Hyak-Kechelis Dam Phase 1C in Snoqualmie Pass, Washington, conducted for the Washington Department of Transportation.
Thank you, ACEC. This has been a fantastic collaborative team effort between all the team members, including WashDOT, Atkinson, Jacobs, DEA, Geoengineers, Pace, Golder, and Dynamic Avalanche. Thank you so much.
Clever engineering eliminated 4 congested at-grade rail crossings and made them beautiful in the process. The plan lowered a 1.4-mile section of Union Pacific Railroad track into a 30-foot deep concrete trench. Then it was topped with new pedestrian and vehicle bridges. Besides being a long-standing safety hazard, this new trench also reduces emissions from nearly 90,000 idling cars and saved more than $100 million in excavation and associated construction costs. So ACEC proudly presents a grand award in the transportation category to Moffitt & Nickel of Costa Mesa, California, for the San Gabriel Trench Grade Separation, achieved for the San Gabriel Valley Council of Governments.
Hi, my name is Keith Gilpin. I'm project manager with Moffitt & Nickel on the San Gabriel Trench project. I want to thank ACEC management for selecting the San Gabriel Trench as a grand award winner. Being on the design side, very fortunate to have the counterpart with me today, Phil Balmayo.
I just want to say thank you to the committee and judges for recognizing the San Gabriel Trench at the national level. Without the team of consultants, this project would not have been made possible. Thank you and take care.
The pavement was rapidly deteriorating on Interstate 696 and had to be addressed by the Michigan Department of Transportation. To avoid a traffic nightmare, immediate repairs had to be accelerated because the project was close to a major upcoming construction of I-75. There's a little time pressure here. The project team used advanced 3D modeling to create electronic documents that provided accurate depictions of the pavement surface for contractors and surveyors. Using this technology was a first for MDOT, who made electronic deliverables a part of the final contract. So ACEC bestows a grand award in the transportation category to Tetra Tech of Brighton, Michigan for the I-696 innovative design in Macomb County, Michigan, conducted for the Michigan Department of Transportation.
I just wanted to say how appreciative we are of this recognition. I also wanted to thank the Tetra Tech team, our sub-consultants, and the Michigan Department of Transportation on this tremendous collaboration that we had during the design. We think I-696 will be a great asset for the state of Michigan for years to come, and thanks again.
All right, before we look at our final top winner categories, let's see our final National Recognition Award winners.
Remington and Vernick Engineers. Aeration system upgrade and energy efficiency improvements. West Deptford, New Jersey. RK&K. I-895 Patapsco Flats Superstructure Replacement, Baltimore, Maryland. RPS. Innovating Wastewater Management, Grand Prairie, Texas. RS&H. I-40-440 Pavement Reconstruction Design Build, Raleigh, North Carolina. Hardscrabble Green Loop Complete Street, Roswell, Georgia. Surf City Topsail Island Bridge Replacement, Surf City, North Carolina.
Sane Associates, I-59-20 CBD Bridge Replacement, Birmingham, Alabama.
Shannon and Wilson, Academy Museum of Motion Pictures, Los Angeles, California.
Shaladia Associates, World Bank Country Office, Kabul, Afghanistan.
Short Elliott Hendrickson, Cypress Drive, Baxter, Minnesota.
Simpson, Gumpertz, and Hager, Emerson College Little Building, Boston, Massachusetts.
Skelly and Loy, I-83 North York Widening Environmental Assessment, York, Pennsylvania. Bat Monitoring and Habitat Mitigation, Nanticoke, Pennsylvania.
Stantec, Albany Skyway, Albany, New York. Lexmark Rainwater Harvesting System, Lexington, Kentucky.
Strand Associates, IDOT Illinois 47 study relieves Woodstock congestion, Woodstock, Illinois. South 4th Street Streetscape Improvements, Louisville, Kentucky.
STV Fanny Appleton Pedestrian Bridge Design Build, Boston, Massachusetts.
T&M Associates, Living Shoreline Project, Little Egg Harbor and Tuckerton, New Jersey. Seawall Reconstruction, Monmouth Beach and Seabright, New Jersey.
T. Baker Smith, Pump Station Monitoring System, La Fourche Parish, Louisiana.
T.Y. Lin International, Joliet Gateway Center, Joliet, Illinois. North Atwater Non-Motorized Multimodal Bridge, Los Angeles, California.
Terra Engineering, McCormick Square Campus Expansion, Chicago, Illinois.
Terracon, Lipscomb University George Shinn Event Center, Nashville, Tennessee.
The Manick and Smith Group, ProMedica Toledo Hospital Generations of Care, Toledo, Ohio.
TKDA, Pioneer Hall Expansion and Renovation, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Trans Systems, I-235 and Kellogg Red Project, Wichita, Kansas. South Liberty Project Phase 2, Kansas City, Missouri.
TRC Engineers, I-49 North, I-220 to MLK Jr. Drive, Shreveport, Louisiana.
Utility Mapping Services, Utility Permitting and Data Repository, Helena, Montana.
W.K. Dixon and Company, Boone USDA Raw Water Project, Boone, North Carolina.
Wagoner IMS 2, Hines Parkway Segment 2, Davis Road to Parks Road, Byram, Mississippi.
Walter P. Moore, Alliance Field, St. Paul, Minnesota. Alameda Road Paving and Drainage Improvements, Houston, Texas. Hilton Overhead Walkway, Austin, Texas. Lakehurst Neighborhood Street Improvements, Olathe, Kansas.
Wessler Engineering, Stormwater and De-icing Capacity Projects, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Whitman Reckwart and Associates, SR 0208 Pulaski Bridge over Deer Creek, Pulaski Township, Pennsylvania.
Whitney, Bailey, Cox, and Magnani, Slope Stabilization at Building 75, Calvert County, Maryland.
Wood Environment and Infrastructure Solutions, Granite Creek Dam Valve Rehabilitation, Prescott, Arizona.
WSP, Joan and Edgar Booth Theater Complex, Boston, Massachusetts. Patuxent Water Filtration Plant Phase 2 Expansion, Laurel, Maryland. Fort McHenry Tunnel Lighting Replacements, Baltimore, Maryland. Kosciuszko Bridge Phase 2, New York, New York. Superstructure replacement of U.S. Route 1 over I-95, Stamford, Connecticut.
Now, to our final top winner categories, survey and mapping technology and special projects. As part of a 3-year project to measure statewide ground subsidence, and subsidence is not a word that you hear very much. It's like, means receding or caving. And for those of you who have ever had a bad toupee, that's what I'm talking about here. But we're not just talking about common ground settling here. The project team had to identify potential risks to expensive infrastructure. So they looked to the sky, literally, or in layman's terms, a satellite-based interferometric synthetic aperture radar technology. That old thing. All right, here's how it works. 2 satellites are launched in opposite orbits, and the team isolated deformation from subsidence and also any vertical changes across the entire state. And it's caught on. Satellite readings now help more than 260 local groundwater agencies protect infrastructure from costly subsidence-related damage. A well-earned grand award in the survey and mapping technology category goes to Towel Inc. of Concord, California for the satellite and GPS measurement to support California's Groundwater Management Act statewide. California conducted for California Department of Natural Resources.
We would like to thank our partners Trey Altamira and the Geodetic Branch, Department of Water Resources, for this work supporting California's Sustainable Groundwater Management Act.
Next category, special projects. In downtown Seattle, there is an underused city block that was ripe for reimagining. Creative structural modeling helped transform a fully developable site for Seattle's second tallest building. The new building and its 7-level garage were to be built immediately adjacent to the 40-year-old Rainier Tower. A quarter of the site's soil had to be replaced with temporary shoring systems to preserve stability and structural integrity. Excavation extended 50 feet deeper than the existing nearby tower's shallow foundation. This is remarkable. The old building remains safe and fully occupied with, the engineers are saying this, no perceptible lien or settlement to the old building. Then again, the old building has 2 bars and a cocktail lounge, so how would anybody really know? ACEC presents an honor award in the Special Projects category to Hart Krauser of Seattle for the Rainier Square Tower shoring design, also in Seattle, achieved for Wright, Runstad and Company. Congratulations.
Thank you, ACEC, for honoring this great project. The unique challenges faced and overcome by the development, design, and construction team show how powerful early and regular collaboration can be as we work together to help our clients achieve their goals. Thank you again.
We talked about Columbia University's foundation innovation. Well, we've got another one. This design will support a massive steel and concrete platform for a proposed development including 12 mixed-use 50 to 70-story towers above congested rail tracks and utilities. It looks like they are creating real estate out of thin air right in the heart of Manhattan. This project will cover Long Island Railroad's John D. Kammerer West Side Storage Yard with a concrete and steel platform, creating 32 acres of new real estate ready to develop. The project shows the viability of constructing over existing rail lines to help transform neighborhoods that are often economically depressed because of the rail facility. So ACEC presents a well-deserved grant award in the Special Projects category to Langen of Parsippany, New Jersey for Hudson Yards in New York, New York, conducted for the related companies, Oxford Properties Group.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are truly excited to receive this award on behalf of Langen and the rest of the design team. Big thank to our client, Related Oxford, for allowing us to work on this monumental transformational project, Hudson Yards. And big thanks to Jay Cross, with whom I've been working on this site for 20 years. Thank you again.
Our final category. Before we announce the winner of the Best Engineering Achievement of the Year, ACEC wants to recognize excellence among small projects. You know, we've talked about accelerated bridge construction, and that's become very popular every year. Accelerated techniques were applied to expedite the replacement of an aging superstructure in Seven Corners, one of Northern Virginia's busiest and most complicated intersections. Now, rather than staging months and months of lane closures that would have hobbled traffic in the area, the replacement superstructure was constructed adjacent to the existing bridge. Then, over a 54-hour weekend closure, the old bridge was demolished and the new section was put in place, well in advance of Monday morning rush hour. Amazing, right? ACEC proudly bestows an honor award to WSP USA of Herndon, Virginia, and Martin's Construction of Falls Church, Virginia, for the ABC Weekend Superstructure Replacement in Falls Church, produced for the Virginia Department of Transportation.
We'd like to thank our client, the Virginia Department of Transportation, Northern Virginia District, the structural, civil, and traffic design teams from WSP in Herndon, Virginia, and the entire construction crew from Martin's Construction Corps in Falls Church, Virginia, whose hard work and dedication that weekend are so appreciated.
It's now my honor to announce the year's most extraordinary engineering achievement and the winner of the 2020 Grand Conceptor Award, signifying the year's most outstanding engineering achievement. But first, let's review the 16 Grand Award winners, from where the year's best engineering accomplishment was chosen. Millersville, Pennsylvania University Net Zero Welcome Center by AKF Group. New U.S. Embassy, Pristina, Kosovo by Mason and Hanger. The Shed by Thornton Tomasetti. Amazon Urban Neighborhood by Magnuson Klemensic Associates. Samuel D. Champlain Bridge by T.Y. Lin International, Canada. Lower Crystal Springs Dam Bridge Replacement by AECOM and WSP. Manning Crevice Bridge by Atkins, North America. Satellite and GPS measurement to support California Groundwater Management Act by Toll, Inc. Virginia Initiative Plant Nutrient Reduction by HDR. Copper Hill Watershed Restoration by Barge Design Solutions. Trap Rock Water Treatment Facility Expansion by CDM Smith. I-90 Hyack to Cachelas Dam Phase 1C by Jacobs Engineering Group. Virginia Avenue Tunnel Reconstruction by Clark Parsons, joint venture. I-696 Innovative Design by Tetra Tech. San Gabriel Trench Grade Separation by Moffett and Nickel. And Hudson Yards by Langen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to announce that the winner of the 2020 ACEC Grand Conceptor Award for the year's most remarkable engineering achievement is...
This is southeastern Tennessee's Copper Basin today. The 60,000-acre site is a lush, green, and clean outdoor entertainment area where visitors enjoy scenic views of nature, along with hiking, fishing, swimming, and kayaking. Not so long ago, however, the Copper Basin was viewed as one of the world's most toxic and dangerous sites for humans. Since the mid-1850s, the site was a major mining area for copper, iron, and zinc, and later to acid production plants. When mining and acid operations ended in 1987, the site was left devoid of all vegetation, severely contaminated watersheds, and a catastrophic absence of fish and aquatic species. So desolate, the remaining barren and marsh-like landscape itself became a local tourist attraction. In the early 2000s, local, state, and federal leaders decided enough was enough. Thanks to unbelievable engineering innovation, taking nearly 20 years, the Copper Hill Basin today is a tourist destination of a different kind, this time as a wonderland of nature.
When we started working on the Copper Hill site, the historic mining and manufacturing activities had left behind very large waste piles in and around the creeks. And it was these piles that was causing the contamination that was severely impacting the watershed.
The nearly two-decade restoration required more than 100 work plans addressing multiple assessments, remedial designs, and long-term monitoring needs. Specific actions included removal and disposal of left-behind mining and acid production waste, stream reconstruction and restoration, installation of 2 engineered wetlands for treatment of acid mine water, and reestablishment of natural, healthy communities of aquatic insects to all waterways.
Two of the main areas we were able to have the most success in that was finding an alternative storage for the non-hazardous mining materials. Where does that need to go? And then overall coming up with multiple layer, different type of material caps to protect those streams and help restore the water quality in those streams ultimately from contamination.
The innovative solution that I think contributed most to the success of this project was the use of adaptive management approach. So unlike the traditional assessment, then feasibility study, and then corrective actions happening in series, we went ahead and moved forward with some initial remedial actions with limited assessment activities having been completed. This approach really helped compress the schedule for the restoration.
You go into the engineering profession to make a difference. And the Copper Basin used to be known to the early astronauts that orbited the Earth as one of only 2 man-made features you could see while in orbit. The other was the Great Wall of China. Now today, people visit that site to fish in the Ocoee River, to hike the area trails, to learn about mining activities as education and what happened on the site. It's been an awesome journey to work with the EPA, the Tennessee Department of Environment Conservation, Glen Springs Holdings, and the folks at Barge and all around to bring this site to the level that it is today, that it's such a community asset.
The Copper Hill Watershed Restoration Project transformed an enormous, century-old abandoned and hazardous site into a vibrant outdoor recreation area flush with natural splendor and a monumental example of engineering excellence.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's with great pride that ACEC presents the 2020 Grand Conceptor Award for the year's most exceptional engineering accomplishment to Barge Design Solutions of Nashville, Tennessee for the Copper Hill Watershed Restoration in Ducktown, Tennessee. Conducted for Glen Springs Holdings of Seattle. And now, we have a few remarks by the winners.
Barge Design Solutions team is honored, truly honored, to be recognized by ACEC for this award for the Copper Hill Watershed Restoration Project. This afternoon, we have seen and heard about so many outstanding engineering projects with creative, innovative solutions across the U.S. Congratulations to everyone today. The Copper Hill project has meant so much to Barge, and it certainly has provided our multidisciplinary staff the opportunity to work on several unique and quite complex environmental challenges. It's not often you get to be part of a project that exemplifies greatly the reason we all went into the engineering profession. As you can see by the video shared earlier, the project has drastically improved over the last few decades and has significantly impacted the community and the region for the better. For our team, it was a once-in-a-lifetime project that was so successful due to the collaboration with our client, Glen Springs Holdings, the regulatory agencies, EPA Region 4, Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation, and our local partner, the Ducktown Basin Mining Museum. We are truly appreciative of this award. Congratulations to our team and all of those involved. Thank you, ACEC.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you were as thrilled as I was by all of the trailblazing engineering achievements honored during this broadcast. Just fantastic. I want to thank you all again for having me as your MC. I'm just sorry that we didn't get to see each other again like we do every year in person. But it's always amazing to me how much the world enjoys the recreational quality of life the engineering profession brings to all of us. The building designs that enhance our communities, the roads and bridges that keep our jobs and economies moving. And the world benefits without knowing who you are. They drive by and take all of your work for granted, like it's supposed to just be there. But that's why you deserve an Oscar night of your own. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all you do, And I now want to turn it back to ACEC President and CEO Linda Bauer-Dar.
Thank you, Ross. Congratulations to the project team at Barge Design Solutions, our 2020 Grand Conceptor, and all of our award winners this afternoon. The projects honored today and the amazing talent and teamwork that went into their designs shows the value our industry brings to the table to answer extraordinary challenges with innovative and groundbreaking solutions. This concludes our first ever virtual Engineering Excellence Awards broadcast. Thank you for attending, and thank you again to our diamond sponsors, AECOM, HDR, KLJ, TY Lin International, and WSP, and our emerald sponsors, the ACEC Retirement Trust, the ACEC Business Insurance Trust, AKF, Atkins, Gannett Fleming, GPI, Hardesty and Hanover, HNTB, Jaros Baum and Bowles, Parsons, Shalati Associates, and Tetra Tech. We hope to see you in person for our 2021 awards next year. Until then, stay safe, everyone.